chilling with Larry Megan.
Well, here we are chilling with Larry Megan on a Thursday night. I'll tell you what, guys, we almost didn't make it. I am not kidding. Yeah. But here's the thing. It wasn't a computer crash, but for a minute there, our software got locked up on our webcams. So we were freaking out. We had to uninstall the software and get it all installed and back up again. And I don't know, man, software, go figure. But listen, tonight's going to be a great show. I've got a great guest tonight, and we'll get to our guest in just a moment here. By the way, get out of my shot, would you? Okay, I'm just kidding around.
I'm sorry.
Get out of here. All right, Coach, no, I'm kidding. You know, we have our own cameras over here, big fella. But here's the thing. First off, before we get into all the stuff, some general housekeeping here. Tonight, we've got a nice giveaway. We're going to give away some AMC movie tickets. Maybe 2 pair. We'll see. We'll see how the show is shaping up. But if you're new to Acorn TV, Chilling with Larry Megan, the thing I want to impress upon you is, please, if you haven't done so already, click over on that little Facebook button over to the right of the screen over there. And, please like our Acorn TV fan page. And then also, if you'd click the Twitter button, that's the little birdie over on the right-hand side. And, follow us on Twitter. We do put show alerts as to, when our shows are coming up and who our guest is going to be. I know that in 2 weeks, we're going to have to move the show to a Wednesday night on the 15th of February, things like that, so you'll know when the shows are coming up. Also, finally, we encourage you to click the share button and share this on your Facebook page and help us spread the word, okay? All right, now we got that out of the way. Tonight, we're going to give away at least 1 pair. We're going to see how it goes, but at least 1 pair of AMC movie tickets, a nice $24, $25 value. So let's put that up there, Ronnie. And what you're going to have to do, and this is actually the first call out. We're going to probably make 3 or 4 different call outs throughout the show. Every time we make a call out like this, you can send in 1 email and only 1. Last week, there were some people that tried to stuff the email box, but they got deleted. So you don't want to do that, because if you send in more than 1, we're going to delete it, all right? So you send in 1 email to contact@acorn.tv. You see that right there on the bottom right of the screen, contact@acorn.tv. And in the subject line, you're going to put the secret word. And tonight, the secret word is trouble. And the reason it's trouble is because in the Classic Film Zone tonight, we're going to feature The Music Man. And we'll tell you why we featured this movie. And Savvy Avi, she's got a new computer. God bless you, Avi. I'm really happy you went out there and got that new computer. And we're going to have Savvy Avi. It's funny, she's back, and we almost went down. But we're here, and Savvy Avi's going to be here too. And she's going to bring us The Music Man. And, of course, in The Music Man, perhaps... the most well-known of all the musical numbers. There's so many, but Trouble in River City. So tonight, the secret word is trouble, and you're going to put that in the subject line, and in the body of your email, you are going to put your first name, last name, city, and state. So you're going to want to give us your name, city, and state. Are you making a call right now, Ronnie? She's calling in then. Okay. No problem. So again, in the body of the email, give us your, name, city, and state. We don't need your address. We don't need your phone number yet. Okay. And then later on, you get 5 minutes to send that email in, and then later on we'll make another call out. All right. I think that's it now as far as housekeeping goes. And so I do, Ronnie, want to get to our guest. So I want to bring him out here. He's first of all, he's been a friend for 7 years. And I've known him for a long time back in home shopping. But more importantly than that, he's been in home shopping for a long time. I'm going back to 1983. He's, listen to this. Bring it up, Ronnie. Come on. Do you like that? It's my old friend, Skip Conley. Check it out, Skip.
Thanks, Larry.
Give me some volume, Ronnie.
I love that.
Do you?
Oh, you knew I was a Beatle fan, didn't you?
Well, yeah, because that's why I'm playing it for you.
All right. That's one of my favorites.
Me.
So we're allowed to dance?
Yeah.
All right. Good.
For too long, I fell in love with her. She wouldn't dance with another. Woo, and I saw her standing there. I'm older than you, remember that?
you, Skip. Standing there. All right. I did that for you, Skip, okay?
Thank you. I love the Beatles.
You know, our associate producer, Mallory, she contacted you ahead of time to find out.
About an hour the other day.
Was it really that long?
Yeah, it was a nice conversation.
I assigned Mallory to you because I knew that you would be nice to her, Skip.
I'm very nice to her. I'm nice to everybody.
You're
I'd
nice,
be nice to Matt.
No,
but
you're nice to
Mallory
everybody.
called.
No, but I want to give Matt the mean ones.
Oh, okay. So you mean good?
Yeah.
Oh, did I say that?
No,
Jonathan?
Jonathan. By the way, Jonathan had to cancel his show tonight. He had a scheduling conflict. But you know, you're like a singer. I mean, you sing,
was.
and we're going to get into some of that stuff
Yeah.
too. So, you know, you said you like the Beatles songs. So,
Love it.
you know, I actually had found a few that, you know, it's hard to pick one Beatles song.
There
Okay,
is not one Beatles song.
It's-
With the exception of "Hey Jude," there's probably not one Beatles song.
well, you know,
that you could say.
she
is your
actually
favorite.
on her notes, she actually did write down "Hey
"Hey
Jude,"
Jude," that's one of my favorites.
but
Yeah.
I didn't want to.
It's a long song.
for an introduction.
No, that was a perfect introduction.
I wanted to go kind of
Perfect.
old, you know,
Yeah.
old school.
64.
You know, yeah. Hey, by the way, just so you know, Ronnie, you got Matt set up over there. I think there's is there a chair behind that door? See if there is, and if you no, it's behind the door. See if it is. We're trying to set Matty up here over here in the studio because he's interested in all the audio work that Ronnie does over there. Look at that engineering over there, and of course,
know.
that's really nothing compared to. Is it back there? No. Oh, you know where? Go in the laundry room.
In the studio. Go in the laundry room.
Well, the studio. We're a very sophisticated studio.
Yes, we are.
We have
The
a
laundry
laundry
room is
room
right
in the
over there.
studio because
Yeah.
you know we have a kitchen.
Got to clean clothes.
We got a kitchen. We got a green room. You know. Hey, listen, they got dishwashers over at Shop NBC.
That's right. I'm one of them.
No, but I'm talking about machines. I've loaded those
Yeah.
dishwashers over there.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want a clean cup, you got to do it yourself
I
over
know.
there.
That's right.
But all right. Anyway, Skip. First of all, I mean, there's so much to talk about with you, and I'm so glad you consented to come in here and do this.
I
because,
appreciate it. It was nice.
Well, because we're
Thanks
both.
for asking.
Well, come on, man. I mean, you know, you're an old timer.
I am.
And, you know, I kind of consider myself an old timer. I got involved in home shopping back in 1996. And I
Yeah,
think.
but you've been in the biz kind of for a long, long time. You had your own jewelry business, and so you've
Yeah,
been
but
dabbling in it.
as far as, you know, home shopping, I consider myself like, you know, the early days, but that's nothing compared to you. You got in it even before HSN really began in
Right.
1986. You were in it in 1983. So tell us about that
right.
real
We
quick.
got. I was working on a cruise ship. I was a singer, and a friend of mine. I was in dry dock. I was home visiting my parents, and she called and said, I said, "What have you been doing?" Because she and I used to sing in a nightclub, and she said, "I'm working for this little tiny network. It's called the Home Shopping Club, and we sell things on TV." And I said, "Well, that'll never last, right? You know." So she said, "You should come down. I think you'd be perfect for this. Come down and audition for it." I auditioned for it. Was hired on the spot, went back out to my carnival ship for 3 more weeks. And then I've been doing it pretty consistently since 83. So, and then we went national in 85.
Now,
So-
but when you say you went national in 1985,
Right.
that's the HSN that we know it
That is correct.
as we know it today?
Yep. It was called the HSC, the Home Shopping Club, when it was only in Clearwater, which would be Pinellas County and Pasco County. So we
Now,
had
I
about...
worked in Clearwater once.
Yeah?
Yeah, because in about 2000 and I want to say 2,
Yeah.
there was a little shopping station there out of there called National TV Liquidators.
Yeah.
And basically everybody in there was former HSN
That's
employees.
right. They all got together
The
and they
people
formed
on
this
the
little network.
phones, the
Yep.
people on the
Right.
on the cameras, the people in the upstairs, and they were all
Right.
directors and everything.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't know what they were. No, I'm kidding. But anyway, what I'm saying is, it was in Pinellas Park.
Yes.
Or
Pinellas
right,
Park.
right across or
Right.
something, Clearwater.
Pinellas Park, Clearwater, Seminole, it's all one area. St. Pete is all one area.
Okay, so you were 20 something.
Yeah,
when you were-
26, I think.
and you were
Yeah.
singing on a cruise ship.
Yep, Carnival Cruise Lines.
You auditioned for this home shopping club.
He hired me that day.
Okay, and it was on a local
Yeah.
cable
Yeah.
system.
Well, Larry, it used to be on radio. There was a guy named Bob Circosta, and he was actually my mentor. He trained me into this. And he was working on a radio station for a gentleman named Lowell Paxson, Bud Paxson. You know the Pax Network?
Okay.
That's Bud. He started a home shopping network. So, and they were on
Okay.
radio, and there was this one, the story goes, this is how it goes, is one of the vendors, one of the advertisers couldn't pay them. But he brought in a lot of these little ice cream makers.
All
And
right.
he said, you sell these on the air, and whatever you make them for, there's my payment. And that's how I got started. And then they went to
But they were
television.
selling it over the radio.
Over the radio. So Bob was thinking, bring me something that makes a sound so I can, instead of just describing it, they can hear it. And then they would run down to the studio and pick up their product.
All right. Now, before you got that job, okay, let's go back. You said you were singing on a cruise ship.
Yeah.
And before you were singing on a cruise ship, you were singing somewhere else.
At nightclubs and also dinner theater.
A dinner theater.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, how in the world did you get a job? I mean, what possessed you to sing in dinner theater? You must have been in your, what are you, a teenager then? Or
No. I was
20?
in college. I needed the money.
And you could sing.
Yeah. I was trained to be a singer.
So who hired you?
There's a guy down there in Florida. His name is Jack Lascha, and he started a dinner theater company called Musicana. And he would hire college students. You would come down and work for a semester, and then he would give you a tuition check at the end of your semester, and then you go back to school. And he practically put me through college.
So
Working
is
for
he
him,
still
so-
alive today?
Yes, he is.
How do
yeah.
you know?
Oh, I keep in touch with him on Facebook.
You do?
Yeah.
So he was important to you?
Oh, yeah, very important. To
Jack, are you with us?
Yeah.
All right.
Jack.
Say hello to Skip Conley.
You stop it. Jack,
Indeed.
is this really Jack?
That's really Jack.
Oh, my gosh.
This is your life,
around.
Skip.
Jack, how are you?
On the phone, Jack Lascha from Cocoa Beach.
There he is. How's Gloria?
How glorious fine.
Oh, my gosh. We're talking about everybody coming down in August. Have you heard about that?
Yeah, I've been watching it. I've been watching it develop.
I'll be darned. Is it a go? Are we still doing it?
Yeah,
June?
it looks like it's going. I think they're just trying to.
Johnny, his son, Jack's son, is getting this big, huge reunion. Jack, have you and Gloria ever counted up how many performers worked for you in those years?
We never really counted them. I think we auditioned about 6,000 or 7,000, and we hired about. I think we hired 1,500 altogether.
I can't believe this is him. Jack, you know what you meant to me, right? I mean,
Yeah,
I
I
not
know.
only sang for Jack, I used to choreograph for Jack, too.
Oh,
for
yes,
his dinner
you
theater.
did.
Remember that? Me and
Yes, indeed.
Dub Carricker,
Dumb character.
right? And Brent Maroon and a bunch of people. We would also be his part-time music directors and choreographers and producers. So Donna, remember Donna? Nuka
Oh,
Cats? Yeah. Donna
Yeah,
Berg is her
I
name
just
now.
heard from Donna.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Wow, I can't believe you did this, Larry. This is wonderful.
Well, in the notes that I got from Mallory, she asked you about who was one person that gave you your first big
Jack.
break, and you
He
mentioned
was it.
Jack Lascha, and
yeah.
I started trying to look him up, and it was really difficult to find him. It took me about 2 minutes, but anyway, so I asked him,
Oh, wow.
would you like to come on the air? And he said, Skip who?
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. Jack was really cooperative. It was really nice of him. And so, Jack, let me ask you this. What made you hire that skinny kid,
Oh, my gosh.
all those years ago?
We were at Opryland, wasn't it, Jack? It was at Opryland.
I asked
Yeah.
Jack,
Yeah.
Skip.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I used to audition at Opryland every summer.
Mm-hmm.
And in fact, I think that was probably the same time that I hired Katie.
Yeah.
Katie
went-
who was then Winters, who is now Ninko.
Yes. Yeah.
Another one of them Musicana weddings.
Yeah. And
There were 60 of them.
Doug Carpenter, 60 weddings, by the way. That's right.
60 weddings.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
amazing.
Doug Carpenter. Did you see his post?
I have. He and I
he
are
just
keeping in
fumbled
touch.
over it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that brings back a lot of memories, Jack. I was trying to find a job after Opryland, and Betsy was the one who turned me on to you guys because she worked in your original cast in Vero.
Right.
And she said she and I were in the same cast together at Opryland. She said, you've got to try out for this. And I did and got the job.
Yeah, well, I think we actually have a couple of pictures. Now, this might have been after you first got started, after the dinner theater, but we have a couple of old pictures. If you can,
I can tell you which
pop
ones
them
were
up.
actually at
It's
Musicana.
it's those old ones, Ronnie. Let's see here. I'll tell you. Yeah, like was this?
Now, that's Kent State. No, that one. There's one where I'm sitting on a chair. There it is. Jack, you remember this one. We were doing Carousel, and I did the soliloquy
Oh, yeah.
in Vero
That
Beach.
was great.
Yeah.
I still remember that, yeah.
Yeah, I still have that bandana. No, I'm kidding. That was a great show that we put together. Boy, I'm trying to remember the people that were in it. Steve Shaw was in that. Some great singers back then. I'll tell you, it was quite a life for us. And Jack got us to come down to Florida and live on the beach and work in a dinner theater, and it was the best job ever. So, I owe it to you, Jack. I really do. You got me started.
Well, I enjoy it, and I enjoy bumping into the people around that we keep bumping into here and there.
Jack, one final question before I let you go. Thanks for staying up late back there. But was there anybody else in your whole, all these different people that came through that went into home shopping, or is Skip the only one?
Yeah, Bobby Ray.
Bobby Ray. Oh, my gosh. Bobby Ray. You know Bobby Ray.
Yeah.
She's at HSN.
Is it Carter?
Bobby Ray Carter. And she was the friend who I told you got me started in the business.
Okay.
And
I think she's friends with Judy Kroll. Because
that's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
Okay, right.
And Paul.
That's right.
You see, that's right. And so, Bobby is the only host who's been doing this longer than me. That's right. And, of course, remember Miami, in Broadway Follies.
Oh, that was a great one, yeah.
That was the best show ever. Yeah,
Yeah,
so.
it sure was.
No, that's great.
I guess I still have a video of that.
Do
I
you?
look at it every once in a while.
Yeah, you got to show that if we all come down.
Jack, I want to thank you very much for joining us and helping the surprise Skip. Was it a surprise, Skip?
Oh, absolutely. I had no clue.
Now,
that he
see,
was
Jack,
calling in.
if you had video Skype, we could have really blown his mind because we'd be doing a split screen with you right now instead of just your
I could have
voice.
put it on. That would have been great.
Jack, it's great hearing your voice, and please say hi to Rosie for me and all the kids.
I sure will.
All right, thank you so
Thanks,
much,
Jack.
Yeah.
All right,
Bye-bye.
take care now.
Oh, you guys.
Bye-bye.
All right, listen, I just want to throw something out there. That was a lot of fun.
That was fun.
All right, next we have your mom on the line. No, I'm kidding.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Okay, but no, I'm just joking around. But listen, it's come to my attention here through all the technology that we have that some guys are missing the chat. There is no more chat. That's the way it's going to be. But and it's not open to discussion. It's not open for change, and there's a lot of reasons for that. And I'm not going to get into those reasons here. However, what you can do is you can go to our Acorn TV fan page, and you can start a thread there, and you guys can all chat to your heart's content with each other right there, just through separate posts. And we'll take a look at that. If anybody has any questions, you can send them in through the Acorn TV fan page on Facebook. So, and you can get there by just clicking, on the Facebook button. Open up a separate browser if you want, but the chat board is gone. Too many guys were abusing it, and until we can get someone to monitor it, I just can't do it, fellas. All right, that's the way it goes. Now, let's get back to business here. Okay, so there was a method to my madness.
You got me. You led me right into that. That was perfect. You are a brilliant man. I tell you.
I said, how'd you know he's still alive?
Oh, I know. I keep in touch with him.
No,
on
but I
Facebook.
said that and he was on the phone.
Exactly. Oh my gosh, I can't believe that we chatted.
All right. Well, I'm glad that worked out.
Bless your heart, Larry.
Oh, that's cool, man. Thanks. But listen, okay, so let's go back to the very beginning. Okay. Now, you didn't grow up in Florida. I mean, that's where your career was.
Indiana.
Okay, where in Indiana?
Marion, Indiana is where I was born.
Now, Marion, where is that? South? Or?
60 miles north of Indianapolis.
Oh, so that's up near the top.
Right up the highway. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And as a kid, did you play sports or anything like that?
Oh, gosh, no. No, I played piano.
Okay.
I sang in church. My dad was the organist. Mom was the choir director. And my brother and I sang in church. And so we've been singing since we were kids. But mostly I did, theater. And I tried sports in high school. It didn't work out. I got too many injuries. But mostly theater and piano. And drums. I had drum lessons.
So music was a big thing in your family, obviously.
Very much.
I think we have a picture of you and your little brother. Yeah, I think we do here. No, that's not it.
There it is. Yeah.
Let's see if we can get that up there. Now, which one? You're the
I'm
one
on the right.
Okay,
I'm the pudgy one.
So, in other words, you're the younger one?
Yeah, I'm the younger. My brother is 3 years older. Now, I have a sister, too, but she wasn't born yet, so she's not in the photo.
And your brother's still with us? And
yeah. He is a college professor, a minister of music at a Church of God near Tampa. Mm-hmm.
So, okay, I want to kind of go through your childhood just a little bit, but before we do, how did you end up going from Indiana to Florida?
Well, for Florida, my dad transferred many stops in between. We went from Indiana to Ohio. And then I grew up and graduated high school in Canton, Ohio.
Okay.
Then I went to college in Eastern Kentucky, And then right from there, I went to Opryland, and that's where I met Jack, and he hired me to go to
Opryland
Florida.
is in Tennessee, right?
Yeah, it was in Nashville. It's no longer. Yeah. It was
Okay.
a theme park.
So you met Jack in Nashville, and
Yes.
he said, come on down to Florida.
That's correct. And
And
I
I-
packed my bags and went down to Florida.
and I'll pay you down there.
That's right. Mm-hmm. And then I went back to, but I did finish college. And like I said, Jack pretty much put me through college by letting me work for him.
And then you could eat for free, too, probably.
They fed us so well. We had a free dinner right before we'd go into work. They always fed the cast. And,
Okay.
and it was a big dinner. I mean, they kept us pretty well fed. They took care of us.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so you're doing the same show night in and night out. How
Yeah.
many times did the show change? Like a couple times a year?
We would
or?
change it, I believe, 3 times a season. We would do a new show every month.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you got real tight with the cast.
Oh,
and-
yeah, we're best friends. We all lived together in the same apartments, lived next door to each other, and all went to the beach together during the day. So, yeah, we were a tight-knit group.
So you would wait tables, and then you would say, all right,
That's
guys,
right.
excuse me, now we got to go do a show.
Exactly. I would say, I'm sorry, here's your scotch and water. I've got to go sing. And I would turn around and jump up on stage and do a show. Seriously, yeah.
So, and then the cruise ship thing happened. So how did you go from the dinner theater to the cruise ships?
I was
it
working
better pay? Is that-
for no. Jack paid really well because we kept our own tips, and then, like I said, during the beginning of my time with Musicana, he would actually donate scholarship money to his students. But I was working in a nightclub, and in Boca Raton, and there was a producer there named Peter Gray Terhune, who also worked with Jack for a long time. And he hired myself and 3 others to go out on the Carnival Cruise Lines, and that's how I got started with cruise
Now,
ships.
when you were working in that nightclub, any of those pictures that we have, is that from those times?
no nightclub,
Those
I don't
other
have any of
pictures,
those.
other pictures we have, you said they were like Kent or
One
something.
is when I was a graduate student at Kent State, and you can see me there. That's college. That one there.
Let's take a look at this.
This is the group. Remember you and I were talking about Music Man?
Now, is that a picture or a T-shirt?
That's a T-shirt with a picture. I couldn't get the photo, so it's me taking a picture of the T-shirt, and we were the quartet in Music Man at Eastern Kentucky University. Those 4 guys.
Okay, because in the actual Music Man, they have a group called the Buffalo
Bills. Right.
And so
And-
it was like a barbershop quartet,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. We were the
So-
Kentucky nerds.
And you're the one on the right. You're easy
Yeah.
to spot, Skip.
I'm the only one with the stash.
You
Yeah.
and you've never let go of that stuff.
I've never let go of that. No, it's with me forever. I've had it since I was 3. So, and then the picture when I'm with a group of people, very colorful picture. That's when I was a grad assistant at Kent State, and boy, I forgot that picture there too.
Which one?
That one. That's Musicana group
I had
right
to,
there.
right. I had
That's
to.
Musicana.
Let's put that up there. I
All
had to
right.
dig this one
Oh
out.
man! All right. There's Rich Cray. There's Rich Middleton. There's me. There's Gretchen. Boy, I can't remember Paula. I can't remember everybody's name. Ray Kennedy down there at the bottom right. Ray is an accomplished choreographer, producer now. So those are all my buddies, and we were all in different casts at that time, but we all worked together in Florida. It was a
Now,
great
I did
time.
some digging to get this one because this was not on your Facebook page.
That is correct. How did you find that?
Listen, we got our ways over here at Chilling with Larry Megan. You know, we got, you know,
Wow,
hey,
that is not on my Facebook page. You're right.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
you know, we got private detectives out there.
That one I was telling you about is
Okay.
Godspell. I
All
was in
right.
Godspell, and oh my gosh, where do you get these pictures from? There, that one. That was in Kent State University when I was a grad assistant. I'm the one in the middle.
Yeah, you're the one standing up
Yeah.
there on bare feet and
Yeah.
everything. What are you
Yeah.
singing right there? Do you
all
remember?
good gifts. All good gifts.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
All good.
And my
gifts.
brother actually music directed that. So
Okay.
he and I were both grad assistants at the same time at Kent. So that was a fun show too. Oh, Janine. In the front row, that redhead. She was one of my best friends. Oh, it brings back memories.
I mean, you did a lot of singing gigs, and
Yeah.
now you're doing the home shopping. Do you ever miss singing, or do you still sing?
I don't sing anymore. I haven't
Except
kept up with
when
it.
we sing the Beatles.
Except when we sang there. I haven't sung in years. No, I'll sing in the car, Larry, and that's about it. I haven't sung in years. I just kind of gave it up. I used to do weddings a lot and things like that, but not much anymore.
Okay, all right. You know, see, if I could sing, I would just—that's all I would ever do. I have no voice.
Yeah.
If I could sing, I would never work again. I just sing.
And I
that's
should.
all I would do.
I really should. I miss singing and doing shows, and maybe I'll do it again sometime. There's a lot of.
I mean,
theater
you
here
must
and
have had a good voice because in all these pictures, like you're always the main guy
Yeah,
and singing
yeah.
and solo
It
and
was-
stuff like that. So
sang a
you-
lot.
All right. So you got into home shopping in the early days. I think we have a picture from the early days of your home shopping,
Of course
too.
you do. You've got all kinds of pictures I've never even seen.
No, but you're kidding around now. But you've seen these pictures.
Yeah.
No, you had it there a minute ago, Ronnie. It was
that was...
No, next one. You'll see it here. That's it.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh.
So
Look
tell
at
us
this.
tell us what we're looking at
This
here.
is the Cable Value Network, circa 1986-87. And this is the group. These are all the hosts. You can see there's my ex, Karen, right next to me in the red dress.
in the front row.
There's
That's
Carmela in the
Now, I
front
noticed
row.
Karen still carries your name.
Yes, she does.
Karen
yeah.
Conley.
Well, she stayed in the business, and so she was recognized with that name, so she kept it. Yeah, she pays me royalties.
Oh, okay.
I get a check every year.
All right. I see Carmela next
Yeah,
to her.
Carmela, John Creemans from HSC. He's no longer with them. Home Shopping Club down in bottom left.
Bottom left, okay.
Let's see. Who would you know? Well, Tim Temple, right there in the middle.
Yeah. Tim is, let's see, how do you describe what, because it's hard
He's right above
I see
the
him.
gentleman in the vest, who is Mark Brown.
Right.
And right above that is Tim Temple. And then to the right is Dan Dennis, who's been in this business for years
I know
and years.
Dan. Yeah, I met Dan.
And the late, great Bill Fahey is up at the top. He passed away a few years ago. And then, oh my gosh, I mean, there's Harold McCoo over there on the left in the red sweater. Robin, Eddie.
Yeah. Now, if this
Dawson.
is CVN,
Yes.
this was being run out of Florida.
No, this was in Minneapolis, in Plymouth.
Okay, in 1986. So that means
86,
you
87.
left Home Shopping Club.
We were recruited. We were two gentlemen from the Comb Company, which was the predecessor to CVN, came down and raided 8 of us from HSN and recruited us to come up here.
And that was for I guess CVN. Did it morph into Value Vision?
It morphed into QVC. QVC took it over.
QVC took over CVN.
Yes.
And then Value Vision was started. I know Carmela was one of the 5
That's right.
founding members of
The
Value
same
Vision.
gentleman who really started up CVN, his name was Nick and Bob.
Okay.
They started up Value Vision, which is now Shop NBC.
Right. Mm-hmm. Okay. So, I mean, through this weird DNA, you've kind of been at HSN, QVC, and Shop NBC because it wasn't QVC yet, but it was
Right.
It morphed into QVC.
It morphed. It was QVC was already in existence. They opened their doors in '85, and they took over. And they took some of our hosts. For example, Dan Wheeler was a host
I
at
know
CVN.
Dan, of course. I've worked with
Mary
him.
Beth Rowe, Judy Kroll
Now,
was there.
Mary Beth Rowe was in that picture, wasn't she?
Yes, she was. Yeah, she was in that picture.
Yeah.
And so they took a lot of them. The rest of us kind of just scattered. And then we all kind of got back together again. So,
Wow. And then you left Shop NBC? And
I went back to HSN for a year. And then I came back up to the sinking ship, which was called WSS, which you were there.
Yep.
And then I went down to Nashville to a place called Shop at Home.
Yeah.
And then that closed. I went over to JTV and became their host manager down in Knoxville.
Yeah.
Left there in February of last year and came back to Shop NBC. So I'm going to die here.
Yeah. We hope.
I'm done. I'm done traveling. Okay.
Wow. What a journey. But not too many people left in the business go back
No.
for all those years to 1983.
Very few.
Because most people consider home shopping beginning in 1986.
Well, that was the national launch was actually in 85.
Okay.
And that was in Clearwater. 86 is, they were well into their first year. And that's when CVN, that picture you saw there with all the hosts, that's when it started. Yeah. So that became the competitor of HSN and QVC at the same time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, all right. Listen, still there's some more stuff I want to get into here.
Mm-hmm. This is fun, by the way.
Well, cool. I'm glad you're having a good
I'm
time.
having a great time.
And we've got somebody else that I think we should go ahead and can make a connection here because
is this the one, the only lovely?
It's Savvy Abby. We're gonna reach out to Savvy right now. And the reason I want to get her started a little earlier than normal is because you had given us a few choices of some of your favorite films, and I got to tell you, you mentioned Oklahoma, and we were going to go with that.
Yeah.
But honestly, I looked at it, and I love musicals and I love classic films and all that kind of stuff. But even for me, my taste. I mean, Oklahoma's, even though it's a great one, it's
very a hardcore musical.
It's
it really
really
is.
hardcore.
Yeah, it's Rodgers and Hammerstein.
It's really hardcore. And I thought, you know what, that's a little bit too hardcore for my taste. So let's go with The Music Man.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. It's a great show.
And the whole idea with the Classic Film Zone is we want to try to limit it to maybe 12 minutes or so, or maybe a little more. And so you really only got time for a couple clips. And I sent an email to Abby today saying, listen, if Skip really connects with this, we've got 7 clips loaded. And I'm not saying we're going to show all 7, but I told Abby it's up to her. So whatever she wants to do. So we may not do them all right now, but I want to start off early because maybe we'll, if depending on how Abby feels once we get her in here, maybe we'll do a clip or 2 and then do some more chatting and then maybe we'll come back. But anyway, do we have her up yet, Ronnie?
Yeah, she's ready.
Okay, well, let's bring her on in. In fact, let's go to the Classic Film Zone. Go to Savvy, not me. Come on now. Get with it.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Classic Film Zone, where tonight's special feature is going to be one of Skip Connelly's other favorites, which is the 1962 film, The Music Man. Now, this film, of course, as many of the 60s musicals, began as a play. And then it later became recorded for the motion pictures. But here is the interesting fact that I discovered when researching this film. Originally, the title track was not going to go to the actor who played the main part in the play. Originally, they had wanted Mr. Sinatra to do this. That's right, the very same Frank Sinatra. He got offered this role, and I thought that was really interesting considering the fact that the main guy who actually wrote the original book, he didn't want Sinatra. He wanted the very man himself, Robert Preston, to do the movie. And he said, no Preston, no movie. And actually, another interesting tidbit of information is that Cary Grant got offered the role as well. And Cary Grant, let me find this quote. He was quoted as saying, not only will I not play it, but if Robert Preston doesn't do it, I will not even see the picture. So Robert Preston was the man when it came to this film. And you all will see exactly why in the first number that I've selected for you. Now, for the purposes of Acorn TV, it's going to be video 1. So there you go, Mr. Ronnie. But this video is where we see the town of where this musical takes place. Now, this takes place in River City. Now, River City was actually based on Meredith Willson's hometown, and Meredith Willson was the gentleman who wrote the original book. And it later became the movie. So Mason City, Iowa is what this is based on. And we open up the movie with Robert Preston's character, and he is playing a con artist who wants to con the city of River City. And it's really ingenious because his whole bit is that he has to create a problem so that then he can offer them a solution. But I could sit here and talk about it all night. Why don't you check it out in song if you all are ready in this studio. Here is from The Music Man, Trouble in River City. So that was Trouble in River City from the 1962 musical, The Music Man. Now, this was a particularly classic film that actually won many, many awards, and it featured the vocal talents of Shirley Jones. And I was just wondering if Skip maybe had a thing for Shirley Jones, because he also liked Oklahoma, and I believe that also featured
and I like
Shirley
the Partridge
Jones.
Family too.
I wonder, Skip, if there wasn't a bit of a crush.
Yeah, a little bit.
So really,
I could absolutely see why.
Yeah.
well,
And just for the record, I know Larry is not keen on Oklahoma. I love it.
I do too.
So when he told me that you loved Oklahoma, I got pumped because I lived in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And when you live in Oklahoma, you have to go see Oklahoma.
Oh,
Not
sure,
just once or
sure.
twice, but every single time that they put on the production. So I'm crazy over that musical. I think it is very operatic. It is very classic musical theater. But man, I'm such a fan.
Avi, you're just a little bit too hardcore for me. But
Okay, I'm sorry, Larry. If you don't like the song, Can't Say No.
Oh my gosh.
no, listen, you know what, Avi?
Hello.
Listen, I will admit it's not totally my taste, but I could absolutely, sit down and get through that movie and watch that movie and all that. I just thought, given the choice, it might have been a little too hardcore. But I understand, and I love the fact that you love it, Avi. I really do. But I think maybe you
Well,
and
the line, what is it? I'm just a girl who can't say no. Kissing's my favorite food.
Yeah.
With or without the mistletoe, I'm in a holiday mood. I mean, that's
Let me ask a quick
good
question
stuff.
here. That was a great choice, Avi, to show Trouble in River City because to me that's, like I said, a no-brainer. But you played the Music Man, right?
Yeah.
Now, when you played, were you the lead role?
No. I was in the barbershop quartet.
Oh,
Yeah.
see, okay, that was another clip that I was hoping we could show.
Light
but
a
that Little
Rose.
Talk Little
Oh,
/ Goodnight Ladies.
Yeah, Good Night
Barbershop
Ladies. That's
Quartet.
right. That's right.
Let me
That's a
tell
good
you,
clip.
the Buffalo Bills were amazing in this movie. It was so well done. And for those of you that haven't seen the musical, it was so clever. So the main con artist, who is Professor Harold Hill, played by Robert Preston, he is constantly asked by the townspeople for his credentials. So the mayor is very adamant about the board of directors, the big board, the guys in charge, going after him to look for his credentials. Well, he cons them every single time into singing a song and actually starts them in a barbershop quartet.
Yes,
That's one of my favorite scenes in the movie, Skip, which I guess you got to be a part of, but it's the ice cream.
Ice cream.
Oh,
Yes.
it's brilliant. He gets the guy to just speak it. He's like, no, just say it down here. Ice
Right.
cream.
Actually,
It's brilliant.
Avi, I was going to. I didn't take any of the barbershop quartet numbers because, again, I thought it was just a little too hardcore, musical. And then when Skip came over tonight and he was here earlier, we were talking about it, and he told me that that's what he did. I thought, well, let me go in here. Let's see if we can at least grab one, And then, we were all consumed with, our software
issues.
freezing up and all that, and so I didn't have time to grab one. I don't know
Listen,
if
I don't know if I ever told you, Larry, that technology hates me, but I hope now that you finally understand what this means, because everything seems to go wrong.
But my favorite part of the movie, Abby, and if you remember this too, is at the very end when he finally gets the boys band together and he says, and he closes his eyes and he says, okay, and he starts to conduct, and they're absolutely horrible.
Yeah.
And the parents start going, oh, they're brilliant, they're wonderful, that's my little Johnny. And what they hear is completely different than reality. So he won. It paid off.
That's so like a parent, though,
Yeah.
They think their child's just the best at everything. And so I really admired that. And, that was the whole beauty of the movie, is that it really captured that kind of small town mentality in such a beautiful way. And of course, you have Ronnie Howard, who we haven't even touched on, but he played Shirley Jones' little brother.
Well, Avi, I loaded up 7 in the system. I don't know if you got a chance to see which 7 I put into the system.
I did, and number 6 is where I'd love to go next, because speaking of Ronnie Howard,
you're going to skip over 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Well, I see why, though. I get it. Gary, Indiana was that was one of the most popular songs that actually came out of the movie.
It was, and much as I love Mary and the Librarian, I think it's a beautiful dance number, and I know that's Skip's sweetheart, but I just loved Ronnie Howard in this. He was, you can tell even from a very early age, a very old soul, and this kid just had a knack for it. He understood the character, and it was absolutely precious. In the beginning of the film, you don't know why he never speaks, but he never utters a word to anybody, and then you find out that he has such a strong lisp. Now, the beauty of this particular scene is that the all of the music actually had to be pre-recorded. Mm-hmm. So you imagine that the actors are recording all of this, with the orchestra and everything, and then they're having to lip sync their own recording. Mm-hmm. Now, for an adult to do this is one thing, but Ronnie Howard blew me away.
He was 7 years old. Yeah. Okay, Abby called it. She wants to go for number 6. Let's do it. It kills me because I wanted number 5 too. But okay, But anyway, it's cool. You know me, I'd like to just show them all, Abby. But you're in control here. You heard the lady, Ronnie. Let's roll it.
I just think that is so precious. And I know Larry is a little bit miffed that we sped over Wells Fargo Wagon, but I'm hoping that you all will get the movie, that all of you viewers will at least check this film out if you haven't seen it before. One of the beautiful things about the Wells Fargo Wagon, as with many of these musical numbers, like Shaboopy, which I absolutely adore, is the fact that a lot of them had to be shot in one take. And so you're talking about one take, one camera, amazing amounts of talent. And they would actually work on the musical numbers for weeks at a time. So we're talking about 3 weeks of just one musical number to get everybody on the same page. So it's really impressive work, and it's just a phenomenal movie. You guys should definitely check out The Music Man. But this next number I know is going to speak to Skip, especially because he is such an avid Beatles fan. And by the way, Skip, your dear friend, Carrie Patigo from Knoxville, Tennessee, your fellow Beatle fan, she sends her best. She's like, I miss my Beatle buddy. Yeah. So I promised her that I would pass that along to you.
Tell her hi.
Yes, that she misses you terribly. So, but I know that you obviously are familiar with the Beatles' rendition of Till There Was You, Skip.
Absolutely. Use a little bongos in there when they did it. When Paul did it.
Yes, they did. Yeah. Which I think it's really interesting. Not many songs would translate well between, a musical taking place so early on in history and then translate into the pop culture world. But, leave it to Paul McCartney. He can do that. But anyway, so here is Skip's darling girl, the apple of his eye, at least musically speaking, in musical theater, Miss Shirley Jones, and she's going to be singing Till There Was You. But before we head to it, just a little known fact for you all is the fact that she was very pregnant during this particular film. So when they were 3 months into shooting, I think it was 9 months all in all that they shot, she found out that she was pregnant. Of course, she was thrilled about it, but they kept it a secret, or at least as good of a secret as one can keep it on a movie set. Everybody knew, but nobody talked about it. And they just kept giving her tighter and tighter corsets. And in this particular portion of the film, she is her most pregnant. And so, they're trying to add ruffles and lace and everything. But it was really funny that when they were shooting the scene, Robert Preston actually felt the baby kick as they're coming in for their love scene. And I know Larry got a kick out of that because he chuckled heartily during the previews. Or not previews, what was it? The added features. Did you know that, Larry?
No, I didn't. But you mean the little thing that we set up for each other? No, I laughed, and the mic was hot?
Yes, the mic was very hot because I was trying to figure out who was laughing. So Larry uploads the special features for me. I guess he cracked up at Shirley Jones talking about, the baby kicking and how Robert Preston kind of backs up and he's like, what the heck was that? And
he had no idea.
Baby. And then all of a sudden you hear this man cackling and I was like, who is that and where is that coming from? And then I realized, Larry, that you must have been laughing at it when you uploaded it.
Well, I was watching it, and to me it's funny,
it's a riot, especially because it's like the love scene of the entire movie. So
well, that's I'm glad you decided to show this song. I wasn't sure you would. I'm really happy you did because overall, it's a movie about a con man, but at the same time, there is a love story here, and there's no question it's a love story. And he finally, wins her over, and she was on to him before anybody was on to him, and yet, she still fell in love with him. And then this is at the end where they finally kiss, and I like a good love story, Abby.
Yes, I also like a good love story. Of course, I also like a good operatic musical.
Okay.
Some people don't, but that's okay. And this particular one is very classic in its delivery and its performance, but Shirley Jones just does such a beautiful job with it. So here it is from the 1962 film, The Music Man, Till There Was You. So there it was, Till There Was You from The Music Man. You know, this movie had so many amazing songs in it. The Wells Fargo Wagon, 76 Trombones, one of my personal all-time favorites, Goodnight My Someone. There were the Buffalo Bills singing barbershop quartets. I mean, it is humorous and well acted, well performed, and I think you'll just absolutely love it. So definitely check it out. And I'm going to say my adieu to you gentlemen. It was so lovely to see you, Skip. And
Nice to
I may
see
be up there or around your vicinity at some point soon.
Hope to see you
Maybe
soon,
next
Abby.
week. So
Great
hopefully I will get to
great
see you
job,
guys.
Abby.
Thank you guys so much. And until
Great
next
job.
time,
Great job. Thank you, Abby.
thank you guys.
Well, I'm glad that we did show Till There Was You.
Mm-hmm.
And, it was a nice classic film zone tonight. Like I said, hard to decide which ones to show, because you're just tempted to just want to show them all.
And remember that song, Pick a Little, Tuck a Little, Pick a Little, Tuck a Little.
You know,
pick,
that
pick,
was
pick,
one of
tuck a little.
Abby's
Yeah,
choices.
that's
but
a great number.
She gave 3 or 4, but again,
Can't do them all.
you can't do them all. Had I really made the mental connection that you were a barbershop quartet singer, I would have put that in because they came in and joined the Pick a Little.
Mm-hmm. Good night, ladies.
Exactly. They
Yep.
came in and joined them. But anyway, as Abby said, go out and pick up that movie, The Music Man. It's a lot of fun. And, what Abby had said was so true as far as, they wanted Sinatra. But honestly, as much as I love Frank Sinatra,
Can't see
I
him
mean, I've
doing
got
that.
Sinatra on my wall up here. I'm a huge Sinatra. I can't see Sinatra doing that.
Preston
Preston
was made
was
for that role.
Perfect.
Yeah, he was.
He was awesome there. And I love Cary Grant. Now, I could see Cary Grant as a con man for sure.
Sure.
But not the whole
Right.
the whole
There's
role.
just an edge to Preston that, and he's done so many. Did you see Victoria? That was amazing.
Yes.
He was brilliant in that. So,
Yeah, he was.
There's an edge to him that movie needed, that script needed. So I thought he was the brilliant choice.
Yeah. Now, if I could only, find a girl in my life like Abby that loves these old movies, then I would be, I would be set,
Yeah.
But anyway, she's taken.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So anyway, that was a lot of fun, Skip. And now let's do another call out. I think for the giveaway on the tickets.
Giving away movie tickets, huh?
Giving away movie tickets tonight. It's a pair of tickets to the AMC theaters. And what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to send in a email to contact@acorn.tv. This gives you another chance now. It's your second call out. In the body of the email, you want to put your name, city, and state, first name, last name, city, and state. And then in the subject line, you're going to put the secret word. And the secret word tonight is trouble. And that, of course, we picked Trouble for Trouble in River City, which was from the Music Man. And that's got to be in the... You know why we do that, Skip?
Why?
We do that so that they have to watch the show
Sure.
in order to know what the secret word is.
Sure, it makes sense.
You can't just send it in at 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Right.
So you have to be watching the show. So you put Trouble in the subject line, and you got 5 minutes from right now to get another entry in there. And then later in the show, we will pick out a winner. All right. Thank you, Ronnie. Now, let me say this, too. You'll notice just below the player on the screen, you'll see a studio phone number and also the Skype Acorn TV. If you're a video Skyper, you have any questions for Skip, please call us in, say hello, whatever. If you have any, you can also just call in by telephone, and we'd like to get some interaction out there if you're watching the show. If you got a question for me or Skip, anything, feel free. We like to get interactive, but we love those video Skypers because it's kind of fun to do a split screen. I think everybody should have video Skype. Okay, now, Skip, one thing I'm curious about, you and I do a lot of shows together, and I always love working with you, not just because, you're an old timer and I'm an old timer and we can relate, but also you really do have an affinity for the watches. You always have. And being such a veteran in home shopping, I know you've sold everything, jewelry and sheets and lamps and things I probably can't even think of right now. You've done them all. But there is something that you really do like watches.
I do. I like the...
When did that start?
Oh, my. That's a good... Well, Tim Temple actually got me started in it.
Okay.
Years and years ago. When I was working on the another job on a cruise ship I had was a port lecturer, where we would do all the shopping talks, and we would tell the people on board where's the best shopping, where are the best beaches, and things like that. And when I left, Tim took my position, right? So I left this one ship called the...
when you left, what, CVN?
No, when I left the ship, Tim came on and became a port lecturer.
Tim Temple?
Yes, yeah.
So Tim was working on a cruise ship with you?
Oh, he was like their number one sales guy for years.
Oh, I didn't
Yeah,
know that.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So not as a singer. This was another job. It was called port lecturing, where we did the shopping talks. So I left this little ship from NCL. Tim came on, and then that started a whole new career for him. That's when he started in his affinity for watches. And then as soon as we went back to shop in BC, I started getting into the watches. And then he and I were hired to go to Nashville. I sold coins, he sold watches at Shop at Home.
Yeah.
And I would do a lot of the shows with him, and that's where I learned a lot about the watches. And that's when I met you, too. So,
No, I met you before Shop at Home.
was it?
You were at WSS before Shop at Home.
Oh, that's correct. That's right. Then we went to Shop at Home right after
Right.
that. Yeah. That's right.
That's right.
So that's where I started. And then I just kept selling them. And then Tim and I went over to JTV for a while. That's where we met Avi. Okay. And Avi, Tim, and I sold a lot of watches over there, too.
You sold a lot of watches, but you also sell other things, but
Yeah.
you seem to really like the watches.
Well, watches are fascinating. I mean,
Okay.
There's so much to study about a watch as opposed to a set of 600 thread count sheets.
Okay.
There's so much more to talk about a watch than say some of the jewelry. Even though I love jewelry, I've got an AJP and I love to talk about gemstones too. But watches are fascinating. They're machines, they're art, they're sculptures, they're architecture, they're engineering, and they tell time. And so, I've got a very nice watch on tonight. You've got a very nice watch on tonight. It's a love for the art, really.
Okay. All right. Very good. Now, I know that this was not easy for you to come in here and do this show tonight because I looked at the schedule, and you've got to be in the...
No, they took me off.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
I looked yesterday, so that was since
Yeah.
yesterday. You were going to be in the studio at like 5 a.m.?
5 a.m. this morning.
In just like a few hours from now.
Yeah, they took me off. So
because you told them you had to do chilling with
No,
our...
I didn't. I didn't. I was asked to do several hours today because we had some sick hosts, and so I did an extra long shift today. Sitting in a meeting with our scheduler, and she said, could you use tomorrow off? I said, oh, yeah, that'd be great. So I have to go in Sunday for extra hours. But no, I'm not getting up early.
Okay.
I
saw
but
that.
thanks for noticing.
I saw that, and I go, oh,
No,
my
no.
gosh.
I
she's
was
gonna
going
come in here.
to, and I would have been a problem. I slept all day today. I was going to go home and take a nap. We do that all the time.
We do this stuff.
Yeah,
I know
yeah.
that. We
So-
have to go all night sometimes, and if this is the life
I
we've
get-
chosen.
I get to sleep in tomorrow.
Well, that's great.
Yeah.
That's great. So
Yeah.
then we'll just stay here all night.
Yeah.
Not really. But, okay. Now, I used to know your ex-wife,
Karen. Mhm.
in a, many years ago. Mm-hmm. But even then, she was your ex-wife. Even then, not just
Right.
You guys weren't married then.
We
you guys have been
separated
divorced
in
a long time.
'94.
We don't have to get too personal or anything. But I'm looking at Mallory's notes, and she asked you a question about is there any kind of moment in your life that you would consider a turning point or most meaningful moment?
Yeah.
And I was kind of intrigued by your answer, Skip.
What did I say?
Well, the question was, do you have a moment in your life? And she may have asked it to you, differently,
well, it was
but
definitely when I got married the second time.
well, that was
Yeah.
the answer you gave. It says, do you have a moment in your life that you would consider to be the most meaningful or a turning point? And what did you say?
It was when I met and married Jennifer. We dated for about 4 years, and then we got married in '97. And she and I and Karen and I are still best friends. I mean, we still talk on the phone a lot. But Jennifer and I are really, and you hear this, and it's kind of mushy, and it's kind of a cliche, but we're really like soulmates. We feel like we should have been together for much, much sooner, if that makes any sense. And we get along so well, and we hate being apart from each other. And we love doing everything together. We're renovating our house right now together. And so that was a big turning point. She taught me so much about finances, things like that. She's
Right.
really savvy as far as finances. She's a business owner.
Most women are, I think, better with money than men.
She's a lot better than I am.
Me too.
And
I'm
I'm not
horrible.
bad. I actually was a financial planner for a little while. I mean, I was a broker for a little while, a stock commodities broker.
Yeah, financial planners are basically insurance salesmen.
They are. They're selling annuities. They're selling funds and things like that. But she's so good, and she taught me a lot about that. And I believe because of these things that I learned from her, we're going to be much better off financially than we would have been had I not met her.
All right, now you mentioned that you're renovating your house. Let's
Yeah.
hear. Let's hear. Everyone renovating has to have some nightmare stories, no?
Oh, the toilet leaked, the brand new toilet. Put it in, and as soon as we flushed it, it started leaking underneath. It was not my fault.
What, did you put it in?
I put it in, yeah.
Well, what do you mean it's not your fault? If you did it,
Because whoever put the tile floor in raised it too much. So it wasn't the operator error. It was the fact that the subfloor was too low, and it leaked through there. So we had to redo that. But I put in the toilets. I put in a lot of the plumbing. She and I did all the tiling. We tiled the backsplash, the fireplace, all that.
and this is out on the other side
Burnsville.
of town. Okay.
Yeah. And so
I go out there to go to Jensen's. You know Jensen's?
Jensen's is great. They got great breakfast.
Yeah.
Wonderful breakfast there.
I like that place.
Yeah,
And
right downtown
I also go
Burnsville.
to Kirkland's once in a while.
Yep.
You know Kirkland's over there?
Yep, very nice. But
It's a little bit of a schlep from here, but
it's worth it.
Yeah.
Jensen's is worth it. It really is. So we're getting through it. We've got another couple of projects to do, but we did most of it ourselves.
you've been doing this for like a year.
October, we moved in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So when you
Yeah.
first got here,
We lived in an apartment.
okay.
Yeah, and then we bought the house in October, and we've been working on it since then.
All right, and it's not just you and Jennifer.
Yeah, just me. Well,
I didn't.
Can you show this,
You know,
or-
I didn't grab pictures of your dogs,
I
but
got a picture if you can show it. I don't know if you
we'd
can.
have to scan it. Well, you can hold
Oh,
it up.
really?
You can
Okay.
try and just hold it up, but I know that you're really proud of your dogs.
I don't
So,
know if you can see it.
well, you're going to have to get it right in tight, really close. You want me to do it?
There. There they are.
So, all right, what are we looking at, Skip?
Okay, on the left, that big white dog is a Old English Bulldog, and that's 115 pound of just
Whoa.
love, and his name is Baxter. And then we have a Chinese Shar-Pei on the right side. He's about 60 pounds. They're both about 7 years old. He'll be celebrating his birthday on the 28th.
Wow.
So those are my boys, since we don't have kids.
So you got a big backyard, and
Huge backyard, fenced in. They just run and play, love it. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
now when it's really cold outside, like it has been, they're okay out there. Or
Yeah, they're okay. Unless it's like 10 below, then they're not okay. And I feel so bad for all the dogs that are, stranded outside. That,
There are a
don't
lot
have,
in your neighborhood?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, they never go in. But our boys are pretty coddled. They have their own beds and they sleep with us sometimes, but they're our babies.
Now, with Shop NBC, of course, your job there,
Mm-hmm.
it's some, when you have to work, it's a lot of work and it's busy, but there's some
Yeah.
downtime. There's some free
Oh, a
time.
lot of downtime. Yeah.
Do you have other stuff going on?
House. That's
Just
it.
That's it. So
Every
when you're not on
waking
Shop,
moment is
you're
the house.
You're working on the house.
That's right. Mm-hmm. And
Okay.
she works.
Well, you were
She
telling
works
me
a
you were
lot.
helping her build her
I
business.
do. I'm her VP. We're a corporation, and she's the president. I'm the VP, and so I do a lot of the phone work for her, scheduling.
She's a
insurance,
therapist, right?
Speech therapist, yeah.
Speech
She has
therapist.
3 offices here in town, and so I do a lot of the work for her. Some, not as much as she does, but I'll make insurance calls and things like that for her.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
keeps
right.
me busy.
I'm sure it does.
Yeah.
I'm sure it keeps you very busy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Well, I think that pretty much covers a lot of the stuff that I wanted to cover with you. We're not getting any call. We have no calls. I can't believe we always get calls. No calls.
Doesn't look like it.
All right. Then nobody out there wants to call in and help us out here. All right, Skip. It's been a long time coming here. Let's see here. What
I
did
can't believe Jack called.
Yeah, that was fun having
That was
Jack Lascha.
fun.
Yeah, I'm glad he was
Can't
able
believe
to do
that. That was amazing.
Yeah, I got a hold of him today, and
Nice guy. He was like our dad. He
Yeah.
took care of us. He really did. He and his wife Gloria took care of us. His daughter ran the theater.
Well, it was his wife that actually answered the phone
Was
because
Gloria?
he wasn't home yet. She said
Yeah.
he'll be home in like an hour.
Oh, okay.
And when
She
I
remember me?
not really. I mean, she did. She didn't let on, but I told her what it was all about,
Yeah.
and I feel she did remember you.
Yeah,
She did.
yeah.
She did remember you. And I told her, well, now it's going to be 11 to 1 ish,
Mm-hmm.
and but we'll try to get him on, in the first half hour. And she said, "Well, I don't know if he's going to want to stay up that late. That's pretty late.
Yeah.
She says, "Well, I'll have him call you, or when he gets home." Or
Okay.
you know.
That was wonderful.
And when he called, he said, "Oh, sure."
That was a great surprise.
Yeah, he was happy to stay up, you know, but she didn't think he was going to want to stay up that late.
Yeah, well, thanks, Jack. I appreciate
Yeah,
it.
that was cool.
Yeah, it was.
That was cool. All right. So, all right. One thing I didn't cover, like, okay, when you were growing up, you know, Indiana and then off to Ohio, I should say. When you were in college, did you know that you were going to follow the singing thing? I mean, that was what you were pursuing, was singing.
I told Mallory, had I not gotten that job in Florida, the first one, I'd probably
Okay.
still be on the ships. I'd probably still be singing. First job I had on Carnival was in a quartet. And one of my best friends in the whole world, who was in that group with me, his name's David Green. He's now a cruise director for Seabourn. So he's still out. He still does cruise ships. And he sings, and he comes home for about 3 months, and he goes out for about 8, you know. So I'd probably still be doing ships. But it was a great job.
But that's not a bad life, right?
Oh,
I mean,
no. It gets bad if you cannot adapt to the sea life, because there are no hamburgers when you want one. You cannot watch the movies when you want one. And you're in a very small room. The rooms are probably half this size of this room.
Well, when you're on these cruise ships, these were all Caribbean cruises?
No. I did Mexican, Caribbean, Canada.
Oh, wow. So you were all
yeah.
over.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's not so bad.
Alaska was beautiful. I did Alaska for 9 weeks.
That's nice.
Yeah, that was really nice. Yeah. Alaska's a beautiful place to visit if you can get up there. It's gorgeous. Mm-hmm. So no, it wasn't just Caribbean. Caribbean was one of my favorites. Actually, Mexico was my favorite.
You were down to
ports.
like on the Gulf side?
West side.
Okay.
Yeah, we did Puerto Vallarta, Cabo San Lucas, Mazatlan, Acapulco, Hualtuco, Zihuatanejo, you know.
Nice.
Ports like that. Yeah, it was real sweet.
Yeah, I've actually not ever gone down there, and I'm from California. Would you think it'd be an easy
Oh,
thing to do?
Baja was so nice. I love the Baja.
Yeah. I have to do that sometime. Well, I think what we should do now, Skip, is
we should take phone calls as well.
I would like to get a phone call. I would
Somebody
I would like some people to call in. We're going to need a caller anyway because we're going to give away a pair of tickets. So I need somebody to call in right now just to help us out, if nothing else, even if you don't have any questions. But let's get a caller and we'll give away a pair of tickets. Let's do that.
And this is any AMC theater, right?
Any AMC theater, including the IMAX and everything else.
Nice.
Was that a question that came in? I'm sorry, Ronnie, was that a question that came in? Oh, okay. So let's get a caller. And if we could, someone's got to come on, ring us up here, help us out. We're going to give away a pair of tickets, okay? Otherwise,
free movie.
Otherwise, what we could do, I'll just pick a number if we have to. But we've never had a problem getting people to call in, as far as giving us a number. So
there's some great movies out there right now too.
I know.
Warhorse.
Well, I want to see that too, Warhorse. But I just went and saw the Tom Cruise movie.
Mission Impossible, you saw it?
I love Tom Cruise.
Yeah,
I mean, I'll see anything he's in. That's my boy right there.
Yeah, did you see The Artist?
No.
No, it's that silent. It's up for Best Picture.
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah.
I didn't see
Hugo is supposed to be great.
Okay.
That's up for Best Picture too. So a lot of great movies out there right now.
Let me ask you this, Ronnie, is the number open on the computer?
Someone's calling right now.
Okay.
A couple people.
All right, we got a few people calling, and I see it now. Here, you see right here, Skip?
Mm-hmm. Oh, I see.
The red, and that's that computer out there.
Okay.
So we'll see. We'll get to see who this caller is, and also what we'll do is we'll get the email box ready, and then what we'll do is we'll pick a number here.
Oh, they're getting his name now.
Okay. All right. Well, they're getting his name. We're sitting here talking about the different movies, and by the way, I end every show. I know you haven't seen my show.
Yes, I have. I've seen your show.
You told me that you weren't doing it right.
No, I did not see the one with Dave King.
Oh, with Dave King.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. I've
all right.
watched your show before.
Well, what I do is I end every show with Judy Garland. I got to get a little Judy in there. She's my favorite, as you can see here and out in the living room.
She's all over the place here.
Yeah, it was my mom's favorite. And so tonight I've got kind of a short Judy number, but I know you like. We talked about it earlier. You like the real hardcore musicals that get even a little bit far out there for me, but I can do them. And Judy was in one.
Yeah.
She was. I mean, most of Judy's I love because they're kind of pop.
Now I'm not sure. May I guess?
Yeah.
Was it Easter Parade?
No, to me, Easter Parade, I wouldn't call that hardcore. I love Easter Parade with Fred Astaire and, Walk Up the Avenue. Believe it or not, 1946, the Harvey Girls.
Never saw it.
And, of course, the big song that came out of that was the Atchison, Topeka.
Yeah, and the Santa Fe,
Yeah, I say hardcore, but, there were different units in the MGM lot. Mm-hmm. There was the Arthur Freed unit, and then there was, I can't even remember the name of the other unit now, but those musicals were just a little bit different. Mm-hmm. And this was not an Arthur Freed.
Okay.
And you can tell when you watch it. It has a little bit more of an operatic tone. Sure. It's not the Judy that, that I kind of, really love, but it's still Judy.
Yeah.
And it's the big production numbers that I know you like. Yeah. Because I know you like Oklahoma and those where the whole cast is, choreographed and all that kind of stuff. So I actually put it in here.
Okay.
I'm not saying we're going to play it, but I mean, if you want to play it.
I loved when she sang Clang, Clang, Clang with the trombone.
I thought of that one too, but, I don't know. I just didn't pick it. But
that's all right.
We probably have that one. Now we have Ken from Milton, Florida, and he wants to. Let's get him on the line. Hello, Ken.
Hey, Larry. How you and Skip doing tonight?
Fantastic.
Good, Larry.
Thanks for calling in, Ken.
Hey, you said you needed a little help drawing a number for the tickets.
Well, okay. I absolutely do. If you had anything for me or Skip, we'd take it. But let's see here. Let's take a look. What do we have in the box, Ginger? Okay, she's cleaning it out right now, Ken. She's got some duplicates in there.
Hey, Ken, where is Milton? Okay. Where's Milton at?
You know where Pensacola, Florida is?
Absolutely,
it's
sure.
It's just east of that and a little bit it's about level with the north side of the Pensacola actual city limits.
Is Pensacola the Panhandle?
I do have one question for you, Larry, while she's doing that. The Sterling Original Enterprise. What movement's in that watch? Do you remember?
Yeah, it's the StarTech 5030D, Ronda StarTech 5030D. Now, remember, there's the original Enterprise, which had, again, the StarTech 5030D, great movement, 6 joules, all that stuff, add and split functionality. But then we came out with a newer version, the Enterprise EX2, and that one has a Swiss ISA movement in it. They're both Swiss movements, but, the EX2 has like little louvers in the dial and everything. That one's the Swiss ISA, but the original Enterprise, Ronda StarTech 5030D with the 12-hour counter.
Okay.
What is this, a test? No, I'm kidding. No, but
no, I was looking at one.
I love that watch.
This one has kind of like a black with the blue on the dial from the 0 to 20, and it's blue at 12, 3, and 9 o'clock, and at the 6 o'clock position, it's got that big date window open up, rubber strap with the blue barrels on it. I don't see any louvers on this, so it may be the original.
Okay. I'd have to see the picture to be sure, to be absolutely sure. Okay, so... we almost got it over. Not quite. Okay. 14. Okay, small email box tonight after... Now, that was from both call-outs, right? Yep, all 14. Okay, only 14. So let's get a number between 1 and 14, Ken.
Lucky number 7. Let's see what happens with 7.
Were you? Yeah. All right, let's see if we can get it up here on the screen here. Here we go. Let's start at the top. All right, and let's go down, Ginger, one at a time. That's 1. Now let's go to 2. Use your down arrow key. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, open it up, Ginger. Double click it. And then go to 400% if you would, please. And just scroll to the left. Go up and to the left.
Here it is.
Evan Harris. Just click somewhere on the screen, Ginger. Go. That's it. Just click on the screen.
Yeah.
There you go. Evan Harris from Phoenix, Arizona. You win the tickets. Evan, do us a favor now and send us an email to contact at Acorn TV and give us your the address where you want those tickets sent to, and we'll make sure to get those out to you. Thank you very much, Ken.
No problem. Skip, you have a good evening, and we'll see you on Shop sometime soon.
All right, Ken.
Larry, I'll catch you probably either on Shop or on here whenever you're on next.
Well, thanks for helping us
buddy.
out, Ken.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right. Have a good evening.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
One of these days, someone's going to be the person to call in. They're going to pick a number, and they're going to pick their own.
Oh, they're going to pick
But you
their
see,
own,
the way
yeah.
we do it is very transparent.
Yeah. That's good that you went down 1, 2, 3, so everybody sees how you're doing it.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
good.
But they can't. It's so small you
Yeah.
can't read the names.
Right. And it was really good that it didn't say Larry Megan, number
Well,
7.
I don't enter these contests.
You never know.
Yeah,
So
I don't enter these contests.
Yeah.
Evan Harris is a name I recognize. I see him on my Facebook page, I believe.
yeah.
Yeah, so I'm glad that one of our strong supporters won the tickets, and we'll make sure we get those out. Last week we gave away a pair of like over $100 earrings, from Mo Afshar. He's been a real follower of the show. Mo's been great, and he has a new line of jewelry called Porsamo Blue.
Yes,
Actually,
saw
it's
it
not
sold
really,
the other day.
It's
Yeah.
really not a new line. It's really it's just new to Shop
New to
NBC.
Shop NBC, yeah.
And these were the 21 karat gold
Well,
vermeil earrings, and that was kind of a nice thing to do.
And a shout out to anybody out there. Check out our website. Have you honestly taken the time to search our website? I mean, we sell like bicycles, musical instruments, shoes. We sell things that you'll never see on broadcast.
I really haven't done that. What
it's
I do is I
interesting.
do go through your site from time to time in the Sterling section, and I like to read the comments.
Yeah, all the reviews.
Yeah, and that usually
Are you
cheers.
surprised by any?
I'm not surprised, but it usually cheers me up.
Yeah.
because they're mostly good.
Yeah, they are.
And it gives me just a little bit of satisfaction that wow, it's really great to hear people dig
Got
it.
mine on tonight.
And you said you didn't plan that.
No, I didn't. I swear. I've been wearing this for the last week.
Yeah, we made that watch 7
Yeah,
years ago.
7 years ago, the Adamas.
Yep.
I love this watch.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I like the fact that it's a smaller dial.
Yeah,
It's not the big
too large.
52.
Exactly.
yeah.
Well, listen, we've reached that time of the show, Skip, where we're going to close out with our Judy Garland segment, and we call it "Always Chasing Rainbows."
All right.
Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high.
Well, Skip, I call it "Always Chasing Rainbows" because I think I've been chasing rainbows my whole life, and I haven't quit. I'm still chasing, And for me, people ask about, what's your favorite Judy Garland movie or song or whatever. And for me, I can't really pick one movie because, there's like no perfect one for me. There's like always something wrong with it. But within those movies, there's always these great Judy Garland moments. Every movie has at least one, some 2 or 3. And like, for example, we were talking earlier about, the Harvey girls and the Atchison, Topeka. I think we'll show that in your honor, Skip.
Okay.
Because honestly, God, I can't foresee another guest having on here that I would even show this for.
Larry, I have actually sang that song in one of our Musicana shows. That
Really?
Jack put on. Yeah.
Well, it actually won an Academy Award.
Yeah.
Okay, so I mean, it's not like it's a bad song. I mean, it was a big, major hit. But the thing is, again, for me, these Judy moments, whether it was in her TV shows or her concerts or the movies, I find them inspirational because, Judy's, her whole struggle with, whether it was drug addiction or the pills and the way her mother, raised her, and her father died she was a young age. She didn't have anyone to protect her, and the way they just worked her into the ground, and her struggles through life and everything. And she was like this wounded bird, when she was singing, everything was okay. Mm-hmm. And so I just look at it as these are very inspirational moments, and I find it motivational. So for me, it's about always, following your dreams and never giving up, and I find them inspirational. So we call this segment, Always Chasing Rainbows. Now, I had 2 numbers picked. One was a short number I was going to end the show with, and I put this one in the system because, again, knowing your stage background, mm-hmm. and with the choreography and everything, I thought, I'll never have a chance to ever show this one. So in your honor, we're going to take a look at, and this is a pretty long number, fellas, folks. This one's about maybe 6 or 7 minutes, but I could have cut it just to when Judy comes in, but it's the whole number.
Sure. You got to see the whole number.
It's the whole cast. It's the whole choreography. And this will give you that feeling of like that Oklahoma feeling or Seven Brides where it's mm-hmm. the whole, Megillah. All right. So here it is. The Atchison, Topeka, and the Santa Fe from Harvey Girls in 1946.
Well, this calls for a celebration. Hey, everybody! Hey, Archie's going to be married this afternoon. I'll treat you champagne. Here's to H.H. Hartz and his rosy happiness coming in on the Atchison, Topeka, and the Santa Fe.
Do you hear that whistle down the line? I figure that it's engine number 49. She's the only one that'll sound that way on the Atchison, Topeka, and the Santa Fe. See the old smoke rising around the bend. I reckon that you know she's going to meet a friend. Folks around these parts get the time all day from the Atchison, Topeka, and the Santa Fe. Here she comes!
Hey, Jim, you better get the rig. She's got a list of passengers that's pretty big. And they'll all want lifts to Brown's Hotel, 'cause lots of them been traveling for quite a spell on the way to California on the Atchison, Topeka, on the Atchison, Topeka, on the Atchison, Topeka, and the Santa Fe. Atchison, Topeka, and the Santa Fe. Back east are mighty swell, the Chesapeake, Ohio, and the ASL. But I make my run and I make my pay on the Atchison, Topeka, and the Santa Fe.
Going back and forth along these aisles, the land you must have walked about 1,000,000 miles.
It's a treat to be on your feet all day on the Atchison, Topeka, and the Santa Fe.
Here we come. She's really racing down the line. Looky, look. Oh boy, we're hopping and a puffing on the 49.
In this day and age, girls don't leave home. But if you get a hankering, you wanna roam. Our advice to you is run away on the Atchison, Topeka, and the Santa Fe.
Nathan, did you ever see such pretty femininity arriving all at once in this here town? In this here town. Never seen the likes of this for miles around.
Round and round our heads are spinning, new adventures are beginning.
What a length of calico and taffety and calico to really put a cowboy on the bus. Cowboy,
Cowboy,
kibosh,
kibosh.
It's enough to make a fella wanna
Wash your face and hands, we hope you'll never be afraid of soap.
Button shoes and powdered chalk and fancy smells and baby talk. It's awful what a gal it's do.
Even so, we aim to say we love to honor, and oh baby, are there any more at home like you? Wow! Send me my hair comb and my sticker. Gonna get spruced up and I'll pick 'em. Put on the dog and I'll sit and stick 'em. Mr. Harvey, Fred Harvey knows exactly how to make 'em.
We come from Dubuque, Iowa. That's where the tall corn grows. We come from Louisiana, where the Mississippi flows.
I was a Lily and Russell of Cherryville, Kansas, but they never gave me a chance. I finished high school in Providence, Rhode Island, and Providence, Rhode Island is where I learned to dance.
Oh, I'm from Chillicothe,
Ohio,
my middle name's Hiawatha.
Ohio.
I'm gonna get the gold in them there hills, so I said goodbye, oh, Ohio.
We were school marms from Grand Rapids, Mich. But reading, writing, arithmetic were not our dish. I was born in Paris, I was raised in Paris, went to school in Paris, where I met a boy. I was married in Paris, almost buried in Paris, but I finally left Paris, Illinois.
So this is the wild and woolly west. Give me my chaps and my checkered vest. Give me a gun and a holster for my hip. Bang, bang! Yip, yip.
What a lovely trip. I'm feeling so fresh and alive, and I'm so glad to arrive. It's all so grand. It's easy to see. You don't need a palace to feel like Alice in Wonderland. Back in Ohio, where I come from, I've done a lot of dreaming and I've traveled some, but I never thought I'd see the day when I ever took a ride on the Santa Fe.
Wanna take a ride on the Santa Fe?
I would lean across my windowsill and hear the whistle echoing across the hill. Then I'd watch the lights till they fade away on the Atchison, Topeka, and the Santa Fe. What a thrill!
What a great, big, wonderful thrill!
With the wheels singing westward ho, right from the day I heard them start. Across the Kansas plains through New Mexico, I guess I got a little gypsy in my heart. When I'm old and gray and settled down, if I ever get a chance to sneak away from town, then I'll spend my busman's holiday on the Atchison, Topeka, and the Santa Fe.
All aboard!
We came across the country lickety split, going 90 miles an hour, bed to be tight.
I can't believe a river at last.
When you go traveling, it stands for you. Take the Atchison, Topeka, and the Santa Fe.
I can't believe that anything would go so fast. Then you pull that whistle blows, a huffing and a puffing, and away she goes. All aboard, gambler, on the Atchison, on the Atchison, Topeka, on the Atchison, Topeka, on the Atchison, Topeka, and the Santa Fe.
Well, again, Skip, I did that in your honor.
1946.
And it was the
Wow.
best, won the Academy Award for
It
Best
did.
Song. Did you notice that one spot in there toward the end where she had her friend from The Wizard of Oz,
Ray.
Ray Bolger,
Yeah.
the Scarecrow?
Yeah.
And he helped her get into the
Yeah.
thing and everything. They were almost like walking down the yellow brick road there.
Yeah.
This was 7 years after
After
Oz.
Yeah.
But, Ray Bolger, when people think about the great dancers, from the golden era of Hollywood, and you always hear about Gene Kelly and Fred Astaire.
Yeah, he was definitely.
But Ray Bolger can dance with anybody. I mean, his was an incredible tap dancer. You mentioned Buddy Epson, I think,
Yeah.
before. He was another one. I love Donald O'Connor, too.
Yeah.
He's another
Yeah.
huge one. Now, when you were doing your stage theater, your dinner stuff and all
Yep.
that,
Mhm.
did you dance also?
Oh, yeah.
Because you mentioned
Yeah.
choreography.
I choreographed a lot of the shows down there, but I also danced in the shows, too. Yeah.
Now, while we were watching that clip, you actually said you performed this song.
Yeah, we did a production number with that in it. in one of our shows. In
The
Florida.
Atchison, Topeka.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And you performed it?
Mm-hmm.
You sang
the
it?
whole cast did it, yeah.
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 Now, did you, I know you choreographed, but did you actually tap?
I didn't tap in that number, but
No.
yes, I tapped.
So
yeah.
you can
Yeah.
do the whole Gene Kelly stuff and all
Used
that.
to. My knees aren't what they were, but yeah, I used to be
I
able
always
to.
kind of thought, if I ever had like the time and the money, I'd like to learn how to tap.
It takes a lot of leg strength, and you got to.
I'm too old now, probably.
I don't know. It depends on how your knees are.
My knees are probably okay.
All right,
but
aren't, so
in that movie, and again, this is not one of my favorite Judy Garland movies.
Yeah,
but like I said, every movie always has at least something in there, a great Judy moment. To me, that's a great Judy moment right there. But this one also has an incredible moment, and we're not doing a classic film zone, but I don't get too many guests on here that love the old stuff, and so this is really about you and about that you like this stuff too.
Yeah.
But this one actually has a moment in there. I didn't load it into the Vid Blaster, Ronnie, but it is on the hard drive. It's Ray Bolger. He does about a 3-minute tap dance and again, this is 7 years after Oz, and you saw his flexibility as the scarecrow,
very lanky,
where he was all falling apart as a scarecrow and everything. It's in the Judy folder, Ronnie. Would you like to see a 3-minute solo?
I would love to. You have it?
I mean, I usually end every show has to end with Judy, but because of Skip.
Oh no, I would rather see him dance. Actually,
it's a 3-minute solo tap dance.
Where do you find these old movies?
I collect them. You saw my collection.
I know, but where do you find them?
I go to Amazon. I go to Barnes and Noble. Barnes and Noble is amazing. I mean, they have a tremendous, tremendous collection. But I go online. I buy these things. They're so cheap too.
Yeah, I bet.
Because really nobody wants them, so they're like $10.
Really?
It's tremendous. But it's in the Judy folder. Harvey Girls. Ray Bolger. You found it? Nice job. That was good, Ronnie. Thanks. Good job. All right. Well, okay. We'll kind of break form a little bit tonight. We were about ready to sign off, but for Skip, because he is into that kind of thing, this is Ray Bolger, one of the great. Everybody talks about Gene Kelly and Fred Astaire, and I love both of those guys, and I'm a Gene Kelly guy all the way, no question about it. But one of the guys that really gets overlooked as one of the great tap dancers of the golden era of Hollywood is Ray Bolger. I mean, he can dance with anybody. Here it is. This is from the Harvey Girls. Check this out. guys. Thanks for indulging me a little bit. But that was free. Now, did you used to tap like that?
Not that good.
But that's pretty amazing.
Yeah, that's
Come on.
amazing. I could never do it that good.
But Ray Bolger, I mean,
he's incredible.
He can dance with anybody.
Mm-hmm,
I mean, that's incredible. Well, listen, we broke format somewhat by, going to that. But I always must end every show with Judy. So let's have a little smile from Charlie Chaplin, the great Charles Chaplin number. Smile. This is just 2 minutes here on the way out, and we'll end the show with Judy Garland.
Smile though your heart is aching. Smile even though it's breaking. When there's a cloud in the sky, you'll get by. If you smile through your fear and sorrow, smile and maybe tomorrow you'll find the sun come shining through. If you light up your face with gladness, hide every trace of sadness, although a tear may be ever so near, that's the time you must keep on trying. Smile, what's the use of crying? You'll find that life is still worthwhile if you just light up your face with gladness, hide every trace of sadness, although a tear may be ever so near, that's the time.
This is the musical in which I met my wife, but she's not in the picture.
Keep
So
on trying.
show here in the Twin Cities.
What's the use of crying?
Oh, that's me and Misty down at JTV in Knoxville, Tennessee.
That life is still
And that's Michelle Lau, another host down at JTV. And that's me and
If
Lance. Sean, my final dinner with them. And there's the gang from JTV.
Just
And then Misty again.
Well, Skip, a lot of pictures through the years. We didn't get through all of them, but any final word? You've got the final word tonight, Skip. What do you?
No, I just appreciate this. This is a really neat format. It's very informal. When you and I are on the air together, there's always that little tension. You've got to get those numbers, and you got to say the right thing. This is just a lot of fun.
Yeah,
I
that's
hope you
the
do this for
intention.
many years.
Well, thanks. It's a lot of fun for me, and just want to let everybody know next week we'll be back here Thursday night with Chillin' with Larry Megan. Not sure who the guest is going to be exactly yet because we still have to talk about that. And then we are going to have Connie Kunkel in 2 weeks from tonight. I'm looking
She's
forward.
a hoot.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to Connie. Connie told me she's going to sit here and she'll sing right on the mic.
Absolutely.
I mean,
Yeah, you can't stop her.
Connie will sing in the street.
Right, she'll sing anywhere.
Anywhere.
Yeah,
I know.
absolutely.
I know. She's amazing. But just remember, never give up. Always keep, following your dreams. Keep pursuing your goals. Always keep chasing those rainbows. Until next week, I'm Larry Megan. Peace, love, and all good things.
Chill with Larry Megan.